Evening everybody, Silverbolt here, back for a Transformers review, going to be doing, as per the title page, Universe Countdown. Three reasons why I'm doing this toy. One, I actually really like the toy. Two, even though I do have a micromaster Countdown base, it is quite a large piece and is currently scattered about 2 or 3 different boxes, so I really didn't have the energy to dig it all out. And three, for rather obvious reasons, it allows me to make lots of infantile penis jokes. But there we go. Oh, look at this, standing to attention. Anyway, Countdown is the leader of the micromaster Autobots, and seeing as you know, his base command is that of a rocket launcher. I mean, Countdown, I suppose, is an appropriate name because you need a countdown for these giant phallic-shaped symbols. For the simple fact is, well, you don't want them going off prematurely. But there we go. Countdown's main enemy is, of course, the Decepticon Micromaster Commander, Skystalker. And Countdown appears mainly twice in Transformers. The first one is in Transformers Zone, which was cancelled after the first episode, where he's under the command of Atlas. And his second appearance is, of course, in the Transformers miniseries Micromasters, the 4-part Dreamwave comics, which really does pick up towards the end of Countdown's story. Countdown, of course, is a micromaster, as I've already said, and has been out throughout the galaxy, basically hunting Decepticons and making sure the Decepticons are up to no good. You know, making sure that when the time comes that they get a good rogering. Anyway, yes, Countdown returns with his best friend Ground Shaker, who incidentally also has a very big cannon. Interesting. Anyway, God, how many penis jokes and innuendos can I get into this one video? Oh, it's going to be interesting. If you are easily offended, please turn off now, because I can only imagine these are just going to get even more facepalm issuing. But anyway, Countdown and Ground Shaker return to Cybertron, and well, the first Transformers they enter is the first Transformers they encounter, not the first Transformers they enter. That actually one wasn't deliberate, but there we go. Is Topspin and Twin Twist, and Topspin and Twin Twist, and it becomes apparent at this point that the regular sized Transformers do not have a lot of time for their more diminutive counterparts in the form of the Micromaster. They don't have a lot of time for them. Mainly because I think they're small and weedy. That explains why Counterpunch then. Why Counterpunch has such a big rocket. Anyway, Countdown actually returns pretty much because he's lost. All the people that went with him, apart from Ground Shaker, are dead, and he's returned to Cybertron to get more reinforcements so he can keep going after Skystalker. At this point, the Autobots, which is prior to the Great Shutdown, if I recall my Micromaster's storyline correctly, is being run by Fortress Maximus and Ultra Magnus, and they have a bit of a difference of opinion where Countdown is concerned, and it basically degenerates into a big argument between the 4 of them. Countdown basically wants more troops and more help, and Ultra Magnus and Fortress Maximus say, no, you can't. Countdown basically turns around, basically tells Ultra Magnus and Fortress Maximus to basically shove it, and walks out with Ground Shaker, both of whom are at this point extremely pissed off. And anyway, it brings them into contact with Big Daddy, who is one of the most famous of the Micromaster Transformers themselves. Make what you will of his name. And Countdown isn't very impressed with this, because he overhears that Crunch lost his life trying to defend Roadbuster. which is what Big Daddy is getting himself in a huff about. Countdown, does he overhears, he doesn't get involved in Fortress Maximus basically telling the Hot Rod Patrol where to go. And that was basically it. Countdown's story never gets carried on for some strange reason. Mainly because the Micromaster story themselves never got carried on, which is a pity because the Micromasters were a great set of characters. With some really nice toys and some really, really funky artwork for them. Now, when the toy for Countdown was released, it had the distinction of being the largest Micromaster base released. It was the Fort Max of Micromasters. It really, really was. And it came with the basic command module, which opened out, and you could connect the different Autobot and Micromaster playsets to them via their connecting ramps. You had the rocket itself, which split in two, which formed another little outpost module thing. And then you had Countdown himself, who was a little lunar buggy, who incidentally is if I recall my trivia correctly, is the only Transformer ever to be a lunar buggy. Others have been things like Doom buggies and Sandcrawlers and stuff like that. But he's the only one to ever be an actual lunar buggy. But there we go. Now then, onto the toy itself. Now, this, of course, as I said, is the universe version of Countdown. And you just know that someone in the Hasbro office said, why don't we repaint him into Erector? There we go. Anyway, and no doubt someone will repaint this guy into Erector, for obvious reasons. The reason that Cybertron Defense Red Alert was picked, and the creator of Cybertron Red Alert must have had one hell of an inferiority complex, in all fairness, it has to be said. Because it is a ridiculously oversized phallic symbol. And it was quite easy, obvious why it was repainted into Countdown, because of course it comes with the giant rocket. Now, the toy itself, I bought this one because once I actually got the Overload Universe repaint, which was a repaint of Cybertron Defense Scattershot, I wanted the three of them. Because I think they're really, really nice toys. I mean, it's one of the things that Cybertron Rangers has. It just has really, really nice toys. Penis aside. And, I've completely lost my train of thought. Yes, so it was a repaint of Cybertron Defense Red Alert, and it's transformable like most of Cybertron toys fairly easily. You simply fold out the two wing pieces, so the two wheel pieces. It snaps down for his legs. Pull the legs apart if you can, which I can't do at this moment in time. There we go. Pull the legs apart, pull them under, snap the pieces back into place. These two bits up here become his hands, so you just pull them round, and then the head just flips up. Push the feet forward and pull the support tabs out so that he creates feet. Now, one of the good things about this one is and also push the rocket so that it becomes shoulder mounted. Now, I really do like this toy. I think it's a great imposing toy. Comes, of course, with the Cyber Planet key, which has two modes. Firstly, well, if you push just the right spot, you get that. And also, if you push it in here, you can't see, but if you push it in there, you get that. And this little thing here is a repair arm, apparently. And there's two little gizmos. Well, there's two little items just in the legs there. There's a white one there, and if I can turn it, There's a red one. If I get my hand out of the way so you can see it properly. There's a red one just there. And they're both attachments for this repair arm thing. The missile itself does blast off and comes complete with white firing missile. Anyway, the missile doesn't really do a lot apart from makes these noises and the little flashing lights that are in it. Get it back into place, there we go. But Countdown himself, he's actually really poseable, and you know, he can move his arms, he can move his head, his legs stand up for suitably heroic action poses and stuff like that. Actually stands up really well when you've got the missile attached, because obviously this is quite a weighty piece. So anyway, you can attach this back on the end, and because of the weight, because of the way the feet are, it'll actually support on its own weight the missile itself. Anyway, now my good friend Nicole had an idea for a kit bash, and I'll show you now. But yes, I'm back. I just had to get the other part for my kit bashing idea. Basically, it involves a kit bashing of a certain transformer. And for this transformer, you need this, obviously. By the way, this is very much a non-PG-13 joke. Nicole is a dirty-minded woman. But there we go. So, you need this little piece. And because I will not defile mine, we're going to be using Paul's Brave Maximus. Now, I'm completely in the shadow here. I should have done this in the morning, but there we go. Right, we have Brave Maximus here now. Nice and heavy. Can you guess where Nicole thought this should go for a kit bash? And can you also guess which transformer he should be renamed into? Yes! If you haven't guessed it, you probably haven't hit puberty yet. Yep. Of course, meet the kit bash. I certainly wish I had a little bit of blue tack. But meet the kit bash for Erector. There we go. For when he gets excited. And for, no, we're not going to shoot the little white missile out of Fort Max's crotch. But anyway, yes, thanks to Nicole for thinking that one out, and thanks to Paul for leaving his Brave Maximus here so I can go and defile it like that. But all penis jokes aside, because even though there's probably about 100 more I'm going to think of before the end. Even though there's probably about 100 more penis jokes I'm going to think of between now and, you know, finishing off this video, I'm out of them for the moment. Let's see. We've done the we've done the compensating for something joke. We've done the Erector joke. We've done the Erector kit bashing joke. We've done the prematurely taking off. We've done the white I'm not going to say that. We've done the white missile out the end of the phallic shaped symbol. I mean, someone in Hasbro really must have seen this one coming and must have been absolutely peeing themselves. Ba-dum. There we go, I got another one in there. Anyway, I do really like this toy, to the point where I'm actually trying to get my hands on a cheap Cybertron Defense Red Alert. For the simple fact is that I have recently got back into my Imperial Guard, courtesy of Adam buying me the new Demolisher, which, for anybody who plays a Games Workshop, the new Demolisher is gorgeous. Especially seeing as all the parts are completely interchangeable. So what I was going to do is, because you saw the alt mode at the beginning of the video, and what I was going to do is if I can get a rough and ready, you know, as long as it looks good in its alt mode, repaint it, stick a couple of Aquillas on it, maybe a heavy bolter here and there, and you've got yourself a Death Strike missile launcher for 40k in Apocalypse. But there we go. Yes, I do recommend this toy for the Universe line. Toys R Us was selling it for 25 quid. I actually got the last one that was in there. And I haven't seen, when I did my last search for this, I haven't actually seen it on eBay, but it's but I was looking for Cybertron Defense Red Alert, so you probably see it under Universe Countdown. Yes, it is quite a funky toy. Giant phallic symbol of doom notwithstanding. Giant phallic symbol of doom. Oh, good lord, it keeps flopping. Giant phallic symbol of doom notwithstanding, I do like this toy. I do recommend this toy. It is funky. And I now have all three of the repaints of the Cybertron Defense team, so they probably all will get their own video at some point. But for now, Mr. Paul Von Rogus, I would heartily apologise for defiling your brave Maximus, but I imagine that you're actually too busy wetting yourself laughing to care. Anyway, this is Silverbolt here with Universe Countdown and Phallic Symbol of Doom, signing off saying au revoir, adios, Alvidizet.